Would you do 34 years in prison for your ex? This is Lisa Watrous Cook, 32-year-old woman from Salt Lake City, Utah. Her ex-husband got a new girlfriend, 26-year-old Lisa Velate Williams. She didn't like that. You know, women are always in competition. It's always a competition, even with your ex's new girlfriend, even when y'all are divorced, even when y'all have twin daughters. It's still a competition with that new stranger that you don't know anything about, because somehow she took your man, even though y'all are divorced. Somehow it's her fault that y'all split, even though she wasn't in the picture when y'all split. But let me digress back to the story. This woman called her ex and said, I want to come over and bring some cough medicine for the children. I'm worried about their health. He said, sure, I'll be outside. I'll be out front. She was like, bet. You going to be out front? Cool. I'm going to sneak around the back, enter the apartment from the back door. Then I'm going to lock myself in the bathroom. Then we can be together. And that's what she did. She snuck around the back of the apartment and locked herself in the bathroom while her ex-husband was out front waiting for her. Once he realized that she was in the apartment already, locked in the bathroom, he asked her to leave. She said no. He asked her to leave again. She said fine. She exited the restroom, pulled a gun out of her coat, and fired 2 rounds into his new girlfriend's chest, taking her life in front of her daughters. Now, when you start committing murders in front of your kids, you do not care about those kids. Nobody on this planet will believe that you love and care for your daughters when you caught a body in front of your daughters to keep your ex-husband from being happy without you. It's not about the kids. It's about selfishness. You're selfish and you're psycho, and you don't want your ex to be happy without you because somehow you think y'all are still together. But that's the dilemma with this co-parenting thing. Co-parenting is a lie from hell. It's a lie from hell. Ain't no co-parenting. You can't co-parent, especially if y'all ended on bad terms. Bad terms? When you end a relationship on bad terms, you don't even want to be in the same room as this person ever again. Because for what? Why? What good is it going to do? Let me tell you what good it did Chelsea. She got 34 years in federal prison because she caught a body in front of her kids. And then at trial, she said she's so sorry that her daughters had to witness her taking 26-year-old Lisa Velate Williams' life because she loves her daughters and they mean the world to her. How do your kids mean the world to you when you're catching bodies in front of them? How? This was not about the kids. It never is. It's always about that ex-husband or that baby daddy or that ex-boyfriend. You can't have him be happy unless you're happy first. That's why every night when I pray, I ask the Lord, Lord, please let all my exes be happy. Lord, please let all my exes be in a deeply loving, romantic relationship that's 100 times better than I could ever treat them. Because when your ex is happy, that's when she gonna let you go. When she's happier than you in her mind, that's the only time she's gonna let you go. But if your ex is not happy, then she needs to make sure that you don't become happier than she. 34 years in prison, ladies and gentlemen, catching a body in front of your 3-year-old daughters, 3-year-old twins. Sad. Again, evil and psycho doesn't have a face, it doesn't have a gender, and it doesn't have a race. You can't compartmentalize crazy people. They're everywhere. And it's something you can't see coming. It's just gonna sneak up on you and show you that, oh yeah, you should have had that gun. Yep, and you should have practiced at the gun range. Yep, and you should have had cameras at your house. Yep, and you should have been sharing locations with a loved one. Yep, and you should have told somebody where he was going. Maybe you should even kept a journal. Because Lisa, the woman who was gunned down in front of the children by her boyfriend's ex-wife, she kept a journal. And in her journal, she talked about Chelsea. She talked about wanting to make peace with Chelsea and not having a problem with her and just being civil. She talked about that in her journal. And guess what? They read her journal in court before they sentenced Chelsea. Everybody in the courtroom was crying. Chelsea was crying too. And her defense was like, I had a hard childhood and I felt detached from my children because I wasn't seeing them enough, and I was abusing Adderall, and my parents didn't hug me enough. And the judge was like, that's cool. Now you can hug your twin mattress in your cell for 34 years. Now you can hug the water fountain in your cell for 34 years. Now you can hug the freezing cold toilet in your cell for 34 years. Because you ain't getting out. You stuck. You gotta relive the trauma of the event that you caused out of selfish jealousy for a man that didn't even want you, that you're never gonna see again for 34 years. You're never gonna see your daughters again. You gave him 100% custody, and he's traumatized and he's angry with you, so he's never gonna bring the daughters to see mommy in the cell because mommy was a psychopath. You never get to see those kids again. But I mean, if that's what you want, that's what you get, right? Y'all be safe though.